and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Pearl Dane. The one, the only master of propaganda, off here to a 1 vs 1 own glorious Langraskaya. In the north it is Use-m246 fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin. Taking on the role here of the 15th Mechanized Corps with Guard Motor, Shock Rifle, and Urban Defense with Infantry. Versus the south it is Zodiak. Fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 23rd Panzer Division with Osthuben, Jaeger Infantry, and German Infantry. Double Infantry Panzers there. We'd offer you to a Grenadier before 2-star versus double conscripts. As always, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Press the bell button if you do. Will make me quite happy and keep the YouTube algorithms off my back for at least a few more days. And a big thanks to my Patreon supporters, those heroes who keep allowing me to do this day after day, week after week, month after month. You too can join the ranks for pledging on Patreon and also receive my heartfelt thanks. Or you can just donate. Links in the description for either PayPal or Patreon. Either way, Sandbag's being rushed out here by Use-m246. Very smartly doing that. You'll notice a lot of higher ranked players tend to be very consistent about laying down sandbags at crucial points because it's a really powerful thing there. Actually, in the right place, just have some heavy cover the opponent that can't easily access. So there we go, more sandbags here. Again, very thorough sandbagging by Use. Thumbs up. Pioneers similarly also laying down sandbags where they can in the west. Thumbs up there. Not by the way, the camping order here for Zodiac. Normally it goes straight for the fuel point. In this case, he decides to move up here to screen the fuel point directly because it's not uncommon for the northern player to make a dive for the western fuel here. Compared to the east, you don't see that a lot. But here it's not uncommon. So in this case, Zodiac basically is cutting off that trend by moving the Pioneers. So for example, if Use were to try and push past it, he could stall with the Pioneers to get the machine gun in place and then deal with his opponent. Of course, in response to this, Use, of course, realizing that's what's going to happen, it's now moving towards the center, where Zodiac may not be quite as ready. So already here we're seeing a lot of mind games, a lot of expectations, tactics, all that going on here. Both players are trying, find the right angle. Colt laying down sandbags, again, just all the sandbags is laid down here within just roughly the 2 first minutes here. Fourth one on the way there as well. Creating very difficult terrain for the Germans to attack through because the Grenadiers are not exactly great attack troops. And so Soviets in heavy cover already can really make things difficult for the Grenadiers. Already here, tough start for Zodiac. He may have to consider more to help soften up the position of Use-m246, so he has to go for fast Panzer Grenadiers and a large number of them. Stormtroopers could also work, but while here, by the way, to deny cover to the opponent easily. Thumbs up there to Zodiac. Meanwhile, the Use, of course, taking the opportunity to go hard for the cover at the center cut point. The machines being brought in to help contain here the advance of Use-m246 and the 15th Mechanized Corps. And there you go, conscript halted, thwarted in their attempt to go for it. But of course now this means the west side is a bit more open. We got engineers, of course, thinking about flamethrowers on the way there for Use-m246. Engineers moving out there should either take up fast or, bring up some more stuff. Machine gun with the troops on the flank. And there you go, Pioneers as engineers. Flamethrowers ready, so Pioneers will have to jump out of the building. So they can't do there. Of course, note he has wide off the entrance there. Bit of a trick there. If you lay down the straight wire there, you can prevent entrance from that side. Flanking in the MD4 being close down with the Grenadiers and the Pioneers going to deal with that. Conscript routed here as well. Just intense fighting here. Engineers still have to retreat soon as Zodiac is closing in on them to deal with them. Conscript holding up here alongside another engineer squad here. Note he's going for the double engineer build with triple conscripts. It's a more common build with some high ranked players. And specifically what they're doing here is they're basically going for double flamethrowers, which is really powerful on the engineers and can actually put some pressure on the Germans. Of course, they may be planning minefields, but typically this means double flamethrowers in a lot of cases in my experience. But again, it of course also just means they have an extra squad that isn't quite the same cost as a conscript. It's a bit more flexible there. So there's obviously a bit more to it than just, more flamethrowers though. In a lot of cases, it does mean more flamethrowers. We'll have, of course, see how Zodiac reacts to this moving up. He's trying to go for the Langraskaya pin here against Use, trying to turn the tide using that. He is taking up there, and some Panzer Grenadiers will be a great addition there for him. And the Grenadiers flanking up behind here, maybe trying to lay down march on the tree pup. We've got to see the Grenadiers moving up here, possibly anticipating such a move. There you go, deeper flank here, troops being held up in the front. Pioneers being murdered here by the lay down sandbags. They're forced to retreat. Fighting here is furious and determined here, as both are trying to gain control here. Attack done, but no Panzer Grenadiers here for Zodiac. I really think you should go for some. Panzer Grenadiers tend to be really great versus conscripts, in particular early on. In fact, the earlier the better when it comes to Panzer Grenadiers. But there you go. Instead, we got Jaeger Infantry bunker up there, so probably not going to be the Panzer Grenadiers here, unfortunately, which again I think is very unfortunate here for Zodiac. Again, not terrible, but they really do a lot of work for you, particularly versus heavy assault support weapons, I find. But again, he clearly planning G43s, and the Jaeger Command Squad, which aren't bad at all either. But, you know, they're not Panzer Grenadiers. Just saying. Continues moving westwards, so you're going to head for the fuel point there. Support company up with the Use-m246 and continues how to work. Come on, you can do this harder. But comrades, how are we making haul by throwing about sandbags? Shut up. It's secret Soviet technology. If I told you, I'd have to shoot you. And that would create a lot of paperwork for me. Sandbags here in the west. Troops getting ready here. Yeah, he's clearly going to push out the Jaeger Command Squad, which he can technically do soon, but he could have had a Panzer Grenadier squad a bit faster. And I know, I am harping on a lot about Panzer Grenadiers, but I feel like they're increasingly quite crucial to the Wehrmacht. I mean, in that sense, they're kind of pulling up the role what you had like with the actual Grenadiers in Companies 1, you know, which was sort of supposed to be like the mainline infantry, and the folks going to sort of like meant to like be the backup troops. We're kind of in the same fate here, where, you know, the Panzer is meant to be increasingly meant to be the mainline infantry, and the Grenadiers support them, sort of that sense, or us coming into that. But there you go, Jaeger Command Squad out. He definitely should be getting G for the fusion on his Grenadiers soon. Like, he needs anything there to just, you know, increase the firepower on the move. And he's about to lose his western fuel point. He's trying to push up east side, but already here, uses blocking off a flamethrower. So we got Gart Motor Barber here, featuring T-35s, A mortars, Guards Ralph Infantry, crew repairs, and marked vehicle. Of course, Jaeger Infantry with ambush training, T-43s, Jaeger Command Squad, light artillery barrages, and the Stuka close air support. No Grenadiers being upgraded with G43s. Oh, there we go. Also, I think he's pulling back the Grenadiers here to get the upgrade going there as well. Very good. Like to make a nice company going up there. Cut off point could be threatened, but also the rear here. Grenadiers retreating. Jaeger Command Squad arriving. Really strong development here for Use-m246. Zodiak is definitely struggling to keep up with the pace of the Soviet player here, despite best efforts. And he's setting up. The G43 is almost done. Like to make a nice company done. Probably going to be seeing some armoured cars here, or maybe just a Pack 40 if he's really worried about the T-70 rush, which is definitely expected. There you go. G43 gunners being up, backed up the Jaeger Command Squad. Quickly pushing back the front of X here. Up here, the lane before it's getting outmaneuvered. Catching the Guards Ralph Squad, but not suppressing them in time. Counter flanking up. There you go. Jaeger Command Squad counter-attacking here. A lot of action going on. It's still just furious fighting here. A flurry of bang bang and shooty shooty. Guardsmen move towards the centre here. Note they have been upgraded with the DP light machine gun. Gunny's holding up. Point being secured. We got the maximum here for Use-m246 to help contain Zodiac's infantry. He's clearly worried about all the G for the feast. Nice money there by Use. Thumbs up there. Jaeger Command Squad standing right next to it. And there it goes. Zodiac's finally coming to a mortar there. Could have had that a bit sooner, but getting 1 hour is going to be, I think, quite a good addition. Particularly on a map like Langraskaya, mortars tend to be quite, useful. In fact, on Langres, the old version, you know, back in Companies 1, the map was particularly awful against the Brits because there was no gap here, so they just set up a truck here, set up a mortar in place, and it'd be an absolute blast from the auto block around. So I honestly have a lot of bad memories of Langraskaya, mostly because of Langres and the Brits on Langres. And there's Grenadiers versus the Guardsmen doing the heavy damage up close. We got the grenade off the MD42 mortar. There's a right mortar fire going down there. Narrowly misses the Guardsmen though. Had it hit directly. Could have been a GG moment there for the Guardsmen. Grenadiers being surrounded on all sides here. Merging with the Guardsmen there. 2 thumbs up to Use there. Really great stuff for the guy. Mortar fire running down. Not hitting any of the Guardsmen. That's pretty lucky there though for Use. That is pretty damn lucky. MD42 on the way here for Zodiac. Going for a pretty heavy tier 1-ish situation. He's going to eat the Pack 40 soon before Use hits him with the T-70 and go straight for T-35s. Either way though, heavy infantry fighting here as the 23rd Panzer Division is doing his best here. And there you go. Popping a grenade here, Grenadiers forced out of cover. Getting up close to the mix of guards, conscripts. In fact, only one of them is actually a guardsman left. The rest are, conscripts. Suddenly promoted. Congratulations, you're now guardsmen. Hurrah! So, do we get better pay? No. Oh. If you ask about it again, well, just wait and see where you'll get promoted till next. Just moving about here. Tank coming up there for Use-m246. Still, the mortar's going to be a problem here for Use. That said, I really feel like Zodiac should try and sneak up some troops on the east side. He really needs to try and divert the attention away from Use, I think, from the west here a bit. More mines here from him. Thumbs up. Grenadiers advancing. G43's ablaze here. Maximum setting up there. We can land some hits on with the mortar. That should obviously make it less amazing. There we go. First shot there. Forcing retreat in the Maxim. Could try moving the MD4 up in the centre a bit more. Troops reinforcing healing. Need to counter-attack towards the fuel point before it's too late. tank we pretend cannot to use. At this point, he could probably get away with a mechanized armor company into a fast T-34 move here, though T-70 obviously is still going to be really good because Zodiak is already not prepared for either of it because he's got no, anti-tank guns. Conscripts here fighting away, they note he seems to be merging more with it. Basically skipping reinforcement entirely, thumbs up there. Keeps manpower costs down there. Also speeds up reinforcement of the guard squad, meaning you can just get into action fast and just leave the conscript being reinforced constantly. Fight about to incur on the center, need to get that fuel point back, conscript about there, very good. Might want to move the machine gun a bit further up to the front line. Again, get this one further up as well. T-70 on the way there, so he's not going straight for the mechanized armor company. He wants that aggression. He wants that frenzy of fighting, of dying fascists in the streets. Yeah, command squad going to flash out the conscript with 2 squads there. He's going to flamethrowers. Machine gun holding up here. Might want to get some ambush camouflage on that one if possible. There you go, engineers called here alongside the guard squad. Push going on, the mortar firing down as well there, but most of the mortar rounds are missing. Not great there for Zodiak, but pretty good for use, obviously. Pack 40 on the way there, obviously. Bit delayed, but obviously can understand the delay there. That's it's not going to be great because the T-fin is about to hit him, and his Pack 40 isn't ready. So a bit of a challenge here for Zodiak, a bit of a challenge. Yeah, come on, we've still got the max in there. Mortar is about to get friendly with the T-fin as well. Gonna need to bring up. Pack 40 is ready finally. Pushing back the front of it, then before joining in. Going back the western field, they may want to get back in the heavy cover there. Modifier raining up north here, we got 0 kills on it so far. Got the conscript coming right here this time though with a few more guardsmen mixed in. Grenade on the MG42 trying to do a bit of damage in this case. So most of the gun crew is actually pointing elsewhere. And I think he actually did that intentionally. Because here's the thing, if you like, depending where the machine gun is in the building, where the grenade then lands can actually determine how much damage it does. For example, like say you chucked it over, yes, for example here it does less damage compared to like over here, with a lot more of the troops are clustered. That's a bit of a trick to keep in mind when it comes to grenades and positioning in buildings. Also, I believe it applies to mortar hits as well. And we can see the user going for mortar as well. Worth noting, he's not going for the heavy mortar, he's going for the regular one. By the way, going to be some mortar combat there. Haha. Heavy effort then the first and fuel point again, and sadly, again, it's just too turned up there to try and divert attention towards these as well. Obviously, with the T-70 now, it becomes even harder for him to do so, so I don't blame him at this point, but I think he should have still tried a bit harder, perhaps sooner, before the T-70 hit. Modifying the guard squad, he's getting moving up here for the car front first. I believe what he's doing is basically liking to pull off enemy reinforcement, but needs to keep support with other troops, or else the machine gets flanked and cleared out. Trying to go for the center victory point. Will Zodiak try and take up soon? Certainly the betting, fasting get up medium arm at this point. I think the bet here for Zodiak. Because I do not think victory in him lies at this moment. He's just holding up at lower tiers. Narrowly prevented the fuel point falling into Zodiak's hands, but he still needs more troops. The problem is he's sending to Finley. But perhaps didn't realise what's going on there. Oh, the conscript actually falling back there. Possible threat here with the mortar, which ends up falling back as well. They've got a breakthrough in the centre now. One Grenadier squad being dispatched to hold the off the attempt. Northwest, the gun is being pinned down. Not further going in this user space. We've got the mortar up there. Pack 40 up in the T-70 back here, reinforcing him. Do get taken out there for Zodiak. Thumbs up. Jaeger command control with flamethrowers and the engineers. MG4 to the ramming, just narrowly here to save the day. Phew, that has been some really intense fighting so far here. Back troops reinforcing healing. We got the tech, of course, steadily happening there. As for use, no tech yet. They'll definitely say he has the resources to do it. Guardsmen up there. They'll keep a mix of guardsmen and conscripts in the unit. Machine gun moving up there for Zodiak. Pioneers with barbed wire there against the heavy cover. He may actually want to consider laying down some S-mines, to be honest. I mean, his opponent has 2 flamethrowers, so S-mines he'd make it much harder for you to just run down and harass the point. So I definitely think Zodiak here should lay down some S-mines. And particularly if your opponent keeps harassing certain points as the Wehrmacht, a good idea is in fact just to throw down some S-mines. They even have to bring in minesweeper teams that can still give you some option for dealing with that. Since if they're out in the field, you fire raft grenades, set off the mines, you kill them all, you have a nice time. But there you go, mechanized armor company up. He can build a support core and definitely push for medium armor soon. He may in fact be forced to go for Sturmgeschütz 3 als Fungi. Finish the comes in the centre, and the West End before holding up on its own. He is adding ambush camouflage to it, a bit late there, but better late than never. I need to retreat the machine gun, pack forward up, but again, his force are extended, thinly spread out, and so can't support his support weapons properly, or be supported, depending on your perspective there. Drive grenade wipe there on use, a small win there for Zodiac, a small win in a sea of Marxist misery. But he can build the support core, and he could rush out to medium armor soon-ish, or again go for Stroop depending on the situation here. Guardsman and units moving up here, MD4 holding up there, again ambush camouflage available, giving it an accuracy bonus there for about 5 seconds, which really adds to the DPS for those 5 seconds, in particular if combined with incendium armor-piercing rounds, at which point you'll really deal some serious damage. Nice rifle grenade there, didn't quite take out the mortar, but could have. Just absolutely heavy fighting here. We got the support core fun gun for Zodiac, Jaeger for commands, we can push back with the T70, got 3 kills on already, Veterans 1. And uses already going for the T3045. This could force Zodiac into the stew because the Panther was the T3045. Even with a Pack 40 in tow, it's not necessarily the most well-measured fight. I mean, obviously, again, Panther with Pack 40 is obviously, you know, not impossible, but, you know, may still have some issues. We'll have to see, though. But, you know, Panther 4 is going to be the safe bet. It's going to be able to deal with infantry as well, which is obviously an issue for Zodiac. But the Stug is only going to put more pressure on the T-45 faster and may increase the chance of just straight up killing it faster. But, you know, that's my perspective there. Going to use up MD4 to support the east side. He's going to need minesweepers there, since I imagine there's a lot of mines here, possibly from Use. Hits one in there, in fact, causing him heavy loss. This has got to be an amazing mine for Use. I mean, he killed 6 men with just 1 mine. Obviously, only 2 from each team, but that is still huge. That is a lot of manpower that's only went out there. It's got to be an absolutely glory moment there for Zodiac, and for Use, not for Zodiac, quite the opposite. Panther on the way there, and again, lack of S mines here means the units can just walk up and grab the point. Going up, they note he's got ambush camouflage increasing on most of his troops. Very good there. Pack 40 about to engage here. Can Panther fast here. Nice little surprise there. T55 down to, well, half health actually. Small win there, but he's losing the fuel point again. It's Panther 4, who's almost ready. So we'll have to see if it works out here for Zodiac. Still, that was a really great mine for Use. I really haven't seen a mine that great in quite some time. Mortar there gaining actually 2-3 kills. Guard squad there could be a trouble with Grenadier Alpha. Machine in trouble here. There you go. Panzer come fighting for you. Finally ready for Zodiac. Troops reinforcing healing. Jet the pin mark machine to the Panther from the spot. Of course, reconnect with the Western fuel. As for Use, he's not far off from going for another T-35, at which point he's going to be a real problem there for Zodiac, since that many tanks is going to be a huge challenge. Troops are healing forcing for Zodiac. Seems like he's more intent now to try and break the stalemate, pushing up the east side, but again, I feel like he should still remember to divert some attention westwards. Not too much, but still some. But clearly Zodiac has decided this, it's enough over there, so he's going to push more here towards the centre, hope to draw Use perhaps into engagements where he might have a better chance. There goes hitting the eastern fuel points again. He's, I think, basically realised time to come to switch up, but we'll have to see how well that works out. If he's just going to repeat the same mistake, which again is just then doing nothing here overall, which again was the issue on the other side, you know, when he was over there, he just didn't do anything in the east at all either. Pack forward goal is veteran to 1. Target weak corner is always a great opportunity. Misses the T70 though. Panther 4 does not. This is 3 division 3 gun for Use. Again, he could go for a T-35 more first, but he decided for that faster. Zodiac's almost got the eastern fuel point and the eastern munitions. Usually launching a great attack here from the eastern farmstead. Conscript's guardsman advancing for the glory of the Red Army, but he's gonna counter some fierce resistance here from Zodiac. With his Panzerkampfwagen, of course, he's a veteran, gonna use with T-43s. Rifle grenade there be quite handy. Mortar there could stand to move a bit closer. T-40 moving eastwards. That's gonna throw me for the Grenadiers. Of course, now the entire west is wide open. So about to call in here against the Maxim. Great hit there. Panther 4 takes a good chunk out of the Guardsman as well. Oh dear. Minor casualty on the Maxim so far. There we go. Heavy casualties down to just 2 men. 1 man alive now as German artillery fire rains death around him, killing his comrades, his friends. And that one guy he never really did like after all. Didn't get the maximum though, but he certainly took a chunk of it, opening up the cutoff point there. But by now it doesn't really cut off a lot. Pushing westwards there, very good. Zodiac's definitely starting to get a lot more confidence, starting to get better macro here versus Use, of course. That's probably only going to last until the T-35s really start to roll out in greater numbers, at which point he's going to need some more firepower. He's bringing more Pack 40s. That can work, but it won't necessarily guarantee they actually die. That is kind of what you need Stooks for, because the Stooks can actually keep up with the tanks, that way increase your chance of actually destroying them. That is why I like Stooks. They're fast. They can react better than Pack 40s, more importantly, they can bloody well keep up with the enemy and actually, have a chance of finishing them off, which is really what you want to do. T-35 T-centering up these sides here, backed up a lot of engineers. And it is down to your 3 men, half health. And before doing what it can here, should probably pop some incendiary pistol rounds, possibly. Maybe not. Got the Western fuel, under control soon. Grab the Western victory points, what I was trying to say there, but which I failed spectacularly at. Machine gun around it. Back here, troop reinforcing healing. Up here, more or less the same there. So the fight has entered a different stage now. The panzers have arrived for Zodiac. He can suddenly control and confront Use in the field more actively, which again is allowed to get more bolder, which was sort of the thing he was lacking. Boldness, aggression. Guys in really cool hats and tanks. Anyways, troops reinforcing healing there, setting out their Pack 4D veteran T2. Is he planning Tier 4 actually? That's what some players do in these situations, go for Tier 4, which could work out, but could also backfire them depending on how many T-35s Use decides to hit him over the head with. Might want to remember this pack should be shooting at infantry. Could choose your rocket launch them for Use. That's going to be much harder here for the packs to deal with. Again, another reason to get Stooks, because Stooks are less concerned with that. Stooks are significantly less concerned with that. Troops are prepped only 42. Pack firing away still. Going eventually to the name 42. And there you go, field gun bombardment. So far here. On the Maxim to cover position again. Oh, almost swapping up the entire Maxim with that. That's kind of impressive. Even got a single counter there as they're retreating through. Not a bad badge at all there for Zodiac. Thumbs up. Another pentavolt for Zodiac. In this case, with Use, they're going for the Katyusha. That's actually going to work out for Zodiac quite nicely. Troops advancing up the east side there for Use. Going to try and grab some territory there. West side seems to be forgotten almost, but both sides now. T-35 there, being steadily fixed up. Troop reinforcing healing. Oh, he finally remembered he needs to not shoot at infantry. Kind of almost done. Sees an eastern point over the engineers. Get it from the Pack 4 and the T-35. I'm going to try and go for the target respawn there. Too late now, also can maybe immobilized. Also worth noting, of course, support weapon teams closely bunched up, meaning great time for the future rocket launcher. Getting a bit lucky, they didn't lose the MG42, they could have been quickly cleared out. East side Panther moving up here. Pushing through the center wall, got another machine gun ready here. Not popping incendiary pistol rounds. Got the other Panther moving up to deal with it. Front of X routed, T-10 moving up there. Mortar close to the ace level here for Use. Already ace over there for Zodiac. Nothing further going on in space. Just troop reinforcing healing. As for Use, guessing we're going to see some more tanks soon-ish. First hit from the Panzer IV. Honestly, at this point, what I think you should do is actually lay down the smoke screen here, then push in with the tanks and the infantry. Could actually clear, I think, a lot of support weapons. The field gun, get the Pack 4 in position, actually do some heavy damage here to Use with a properly executed smoke screen infantry attack. But seems like here Zodiac for now is not considering, isn't interested in it. Nope, well, he's sending infantry, but there's no anti-tank armor support really. And again, the lack of smoke that makes it much easier for Use to deal with the attacking troops. So while he's got part of it, I suppose there, he's not quite, you know, again, there because he's lacking that smoke and ended up taking a lot more damage than was necessary while attacking. Multiple is almost cleared out. They need to treat that one, and in fact has. Very good. Pitches moving up here for use. Gonna need to go for another T-45 soon. Panther joining in the front. Second Panther joining. I got field gun bombarding here. Hopes to clear up the machine gun. Just heavy damage, heavy casualties. Engineer squad wiped out. The stinging blow there to use, and the 15th Mechanized Corps. COH2 there for Use-m246, not the T-45. And the Pak-40 crew is being hammered by solid rocket fire. And there you go, the crew explodes. Not with excitement, but with rocket fire. So they literally explode. Back here, reinforcing healing. More to get to go there once more for Zodiak and the German army. Panther's being hauled back for repairs. Worth noting he's only got one Pioneer squad. He definitely is going to need more than one to keep all of his armor in one piece. And you additionally use can also consider more engineers. Obviously, he has vehicle crew self-repair, so he's, you know, less beholden to it. But there you go, 85 tanks out here for Use-m246 for the Red Army. Guns being shot to bits with the Grenadier. Mission hot in the center as the conscripts, the Frontovics. Picks up the Panther 4. Pack shoots. Panther moving out. Pack 40 holding back here. Tiller badge on the Maxim. Almost got it again, but once more the Maxim does make the escape here. German 35 rains down. Pack 40 thinks advancing to fight Zodiak. Seems like he's struggling a bit here. Center watch comes moving up. The Panther 4 dueling up with the T-70, but taking hits here from the field guns. I think being forced back here. And we got Mark target on it as well there, just to further give it incentive to get the devil out of there and away from uses of the tanks and infantry for that matter. At this point, the Guardsmen almost made up entirely the conscripts again. 11 kills to the Granatenwerfer. Thumbs up. Yeah, come on, going to hit singing hits from the T-45. Zodiak. Not entirely sure what he's planning here, but more Panther 4s could actually work out. Maybe backed up by Stug and Ostwind. I still feel like, though, what Zodiak just needs to do right now is throw down the smoke and then charge through and just begin clearing up, use his stuff there. But seems like Zodiak is hesitant to go the distance versus use. Pan 4 need repairs, still could do with more Pioneers. Pack 40 hammering away against the Sods in the center. We got 166 to 231. Pack cleared out there. A definite loss there for Zodiak. Each of those Grenadiers. Reinforcing healing. He's definitely stuck in a bit of a circle of man bobbling right now. And again, his tanks just aren't combat operative for some time because he's got one Pioneer squad to take care of both of them. It's just not enough. He needs more Pioneers. He needs more Pioneers soon. Pack just being recruited. About to lose another one. And being his Pioneers again, he has nothing to meanwhile repair the Panzers with. No mind that. Still situation for Zodiac is looking pretty grim. He's about to lose the Pack 40 again, and the other one has been destroyed entirely. He's going to probably lose that one as well. And there we go. Use perfectly destroys both Pack 40. He almost caught taking out the Panther 4 as well. And again, he's only got one Pioneer squad to repair both of these Panther 4s now significantly damaged here. Mortal taking a nice hit here. Not looking great here for Zodiac. Not looking great. Yeah, command squad there under fire from the T-7 light tank. Hard to say what he's planning here. Up north here, we got troops reinforcing here. We got the guardsmen there. It's receiving some guardsmen. Panda 4 there. Half elf. MD425 from the T70 here and the T55. Need to get down to safety. He definitely needs more armor. I'd recommend Stooks. Or at least just a bunch more Panda 4s. I think a pair of Stooks here could work out nicely for Zodiak. Backing up the Panda 4s. Use smoke screen to know the Panda 4 splits in, then once the attention on the Panda 4s, then the Stooks move in to then mop up the other stuff, while infantry clears that stuff like support guns. I think that could actually work out there for Zodiac, and could allow him, I think, to beat Use. But again, the major issue right now for Zodiac is just the intensive manpower bleed he's suffering from, which makes it very hard for him to spend his fuel. Meanwhile, Use, well, he's got too many Use actually calling the T-35 more. I guess that's a small blessing there for Zodiac in a strange way. But only if he can actually get more armor out. Well, not bleeding out too much in manpower either. Mortar not being enforced. He's going for another pack 40. Yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. I'm not super confident in that personally. Again, like, he's just been losing so many packs by now to enemy artillery fire. Katyusha firing way towards the centre. Oh dear, close to clearing up the Pioneers, repairing the Panda. Well, that'd be a disastrous loss for Zodiac, since he then have no way repairing his Panda 4s until he gets a replacement. He's about to get wiped out in the centre possibly. Artillery calling against the machine gun mortar again. Good hit on the mortar crew, but again, no wipes there. Almost gets the maximum though. Again, he's getting a lot of almost near wipes with that light artillery fire on the maximum. I can only imagine how the gunner feels about that. Like, just, and has to explain it back at base all the time. Well, you see, my friends were killed in a German artillery attack. Yes, for the 3rd time. Yes, I somehow keep surviving. Yes, I know it's unbelievable. Could you please stop suspecting me of being a fascist spy? And he's routed. Another T-55 found for Use. Yeah, that's going to be a real problem then for Zodiac. Going to be a real issue. Hunting out against the Panda 4. Bet you 2 gain in that. Panzer can't find for a small win there for Zodiac. A small win. T-55 from them 2 ready. Pentacle getting the T-35 up there. On its own, the Pentacle might give a chance if they can sort of clear it off fast enough, but they do not. In fact, we've got another T-35, plus we've still got the Guardsman. Falling back to the veteran Pentacle, very central, going for the centre, got more artillery called in on the Maxim. Again. Will it be another near survival case there for the Maxim? This time, most of them get out alive, I guess. Small reprieve there from the gunner from all the suspicions. Pentacle 7 killed, Veteran 2. Gunners instead of being hammered, got Katyusha firing down on the gun in the pack 40. Gunners Jaeger commanding 40, no smoke screen to cover up against at least some of the incoming fire there from Use. Obviously, wouldn't help much against Katyusha, but it would help against the Maxim and, the tanks and every other thing there. Getting close enough to maybe Panther fast here, but no. Instead, Jaeger's being decimated. T-Fat following up. Panther forces are nowhere near to be seen. We'll try and flank from the north, to be honest, but obviously that's been mined, so good thing he didn't do that. Got the Maxim fire, even the gunner couldn't survive that much attention. Mortar with 13 kills, very good there. Panther Force in a bit of trouble. Machine's about to get annihilated as well there. Just absolute sheer astounding violence and brutality on display. H5 moving up there, turning around there, trying to find the target. Panther Force sneaks in and gaining matrix as well. They're constantly taking further heavy casualties. They are piling up in the muck and the dirt. Pack cleared out, mortar back cleared out from the Panther Force of the H5 and the field gun mortar crew annihilated. A stinging blow there to Zodiak, and he almost loses the Panther 4. God in Himmel. There's some real brutal stuff there. Pack crew. Pack crew. Mortars then being destroyed. There's still floating a ton of fuel, but he just can't use it because of like the excessive manpower losses he's taking. So, you know, we might be able to have the opportunity again with all the fuel, it just isn't, you know, materializing because of the constant manpower bleed circle is in, which of course further exacerbates it, because again the tanks could help further minimize manpower bleeding, which could allow for more tanks. So it's a bit of a dangerous situation. You want usually a good mix of the late game of infantry and armor, and right now the problem is his infantry is bleeding too much, actually allow him to get that armor, which he really desperately needs versus Use. Use meanwhile has a decent mix of infantry and armor meanwhile, which again helps with manpower bleeding as well. So the situation here for Zodiac is pretty tight. And he needs to come up with some really good maneuvers, I think, to have a chance here versus Use. The lack of artillery focus on right now for Zodiac is not going to help him out a lot. Pax needs it in the T-55, very good. But there you go, Katyusha 5 responding as always rapidly. That's just 110 kills. Apparently, oh, he's using them flare stuff on them. Oh, that was not a flare from the mortar? It should be, at least. I don't know how we get a flare mark down there anyways. Pentacle being pushed back, he almost knocked out. Or maybe it was the air command popping the flare. Nope. Either. Interesting. Easily the air command going up with the 4-2 support dealing with the infantry assault up the right flank. Small reprieve there for Zodiac as opposed to, except of course it bogs down his own attack for the Eastern Victory Point. We got 124, 188. Stug on the way for Zodiac. The Sturmgeschütz 3 aus from G. Finally he commits to this, but the question is, this late into the game, can it save him? Can it provide the reprieve that he needs? Has he gone beyond the event horizon at this point? Reinforcing healing Sturmgeschütz 3 aus from G almost done. 124%, 85. Takes out the Panzer IV. T-45 going about the centre, back up with H5 the other T-45 there, which is almost ace level. Definitely not great news for Zodiac's armor either, but there you go, Sturmgeschütz 3 aus von G, but he's going to need a lot more of them, and he's going to need to like pull off some great maneuver here that catches Use fundamentally off guard, and he actually has enough time to exploit some shock effect to get a lot of damage in before Use can establish a new front. And the question is, can Zodiac pull that one off by now? Take it without access to smoke screens, which again really help with that. But there you go, Panther IV gains the ace level. He's small help here for Zodiac, he's small help, but the situation remains, I think, rather dire, as Use, of course, is still piling on a lot of damage. And this is a significantly large armored force. We got the Zodiac through the center, but needs to be careful about that. There you go, she fires box, gets a good hit. Need to back off for the Stug. He definitely needs like another Stug. Two Stug can lay down some serious firepower versus most armor and actually quickly threaten to finish it off, which is really why I want to go for two Stugs. So far, no sign of that here from Zodiac.
The enemy has 100 points remaining.
100 points left here for Zodiac. 100 points left. Shingra's the guardsman. Pack's about to clear that. Stug Panther hanging back. 96 with 185. Pack's getting wiped out. Mark Beetle in the Panther IV. Got air support called in, but yeah, he loses this eventually. Two Panther IV's only got the ace Panther on the Stug back. Or left behind here. And that's not looking great here overall. The air support, I think, is not making enough impact on Use, and everything's falling apart here for Zodiac. He's barely got any infantry left now. He does have the two MG-42s, but there's all the tanks and the mortar and the Katyusha. That's not really going to help him a lot at this point, unfortunately. I mean, the air support ultimately didn't do much. He got a pack further being hauled off here by Use's conscript before they get killed. 84th, there's 185. Panther IV is then moving through, but not even the Blitzkrieg here to be able to get fast behind the flanks. There you go, main gun out. Going for the T-35. They are the T-35 by his ace level now. Also going to squat, and there you go. GG, game over. A loss here for Zodiac, a victory for Use. A brutal battle here with a lot of back and forth in the end. Use just had the tactical advantage there. Zodiac at times failed to exploit, open flanks against his opponent. Also didn't use smoke from the mortar, which again I think could prove crucial, and also suffered with massive manpower issues due to the constant head-on attacks rather than trying to set up better flanks, which allowed him, failed to allow him to then use his fuel advantage better, I think, versus use those measures there for Zodiak. Ultimately, again, UCR also played really well. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on, and tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial 18. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.